So last year, OPPO made Christmas come early for nerdy knobheads like myself when it launched the bloody excellent Find N5, the finest foldable in all the land. And then, sadly just as quick, Santa OPPO turned into Satan OPPO by snatching back the Find N5 and waving its sizable man sausage right in our faces. Because no, this formidable foldable wasn't actually launching outside of Asia. And you might want to brace for even more unwarranted hairy hot dog waggling action, because according to internet chat, OPPO will be revealing its fresh new Find N6 foldable on March the 17th, boasting enough sexy tech to reduce any hot-blooded nerd's pants to a pile of smouldering ash. And word is, unlike this bugger, it'll actually hit the EU this time. So what do we think we know thus far about the Find N6? Let's do a jingle and have a squint. Techspert Weekly! So, assuming all of these leaky blokes online aren't spilling more excrement than Thames water, the OPPO Find N6 should take the already brilliant Find N5 and refine it in several key ways. Now, don't expect it to be any thinner than the already stupefyingly skinny N5, and apparently it'll also be a mere ladybug's ladpole lighter at 225 grams. And that's absolutely fine, because even one full year on, the OPPO Find N5 is still one of the most skinny, slender, gorgeous foldable phones out there. And yet also still surprisingly durable. It's put up with all of my cack-handed shenanigans this past year, and full IPX8 and IPX9 water and spurt resistance, so you can expect the same from the Find N6. Now it looks like we're getting another 6.62-inch external screen and 8.12-inch internal LTPO display with 2K resolution. But OPPO itself recently boasted that the crease on that almighty internal panel will be practically non-existent for this generation, while you can also expect the usual brightness boost. And apparently the OPPO Find N6 will support some kind of new AI stylus pen thing, which can do some spangly AI shit. I don't know, maybe it'll recognise when I'm scribbling a love note to your mum and remind me to book an appointment at the STD clinic. And online rumours reckon that the OPPO Find N6 battery capacity should hit almost 6,000 mAh, so a wee bit bigger than the already impressive 5,600 mAh silicon carbon cell stuffed into the skinny Find N5. And considering a full charge of the Find N5 served up around 8 hours of mixed use split between the two different displays, you can expect at least the same again from the Find N6. While leaks have also revealed the same 80-watt wired charging support. And likewise, you can expect elite performance from the Find N6, quite literally, with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 crammed in there. Although no word so far on whether this is the full 8-core version or a slightly stripped back model to suit the ultra-thin frame. Much like the Find N5 used a 7-core refit of the original Elite chipset. But hey, either way, you can expect the Find N6 to absolutely shit its way through anything you hoy at it. Up to and very much including all of that Wuthering Wave shenanigans, and that'll be helped by the 12 or 16 gigs of RAM that OPPO has apparently wodged in there. And them leaky lads have also revealed that the OPPO Find N6 will once again come with a triple lens camera, but this time with a bit of a hardware upgrade. So the original 50 megapixel main shooter will be upgraded apparently to a 200 megapixel mega bastard, just like what you'll find on Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 7. Possibly the same sensor, though that hasn't been revealed in the leaks thus far. And this will be accompanied by another 50 meg periscope camera and a fresh 50 meg ultra wide snapper. So hopefully it should be a very capable and dependable bit of camera tech, just like what you'll find on OPPO's Find X9 series. And apparently the OPPO Find N6 will come in a choice of two different colours, titanium and that now obligatory bloody orange effort. I swear to God, if Apple releases the iPhone 18 Pro in a turd brown finish, you can expect an absolute sea of shit-coloured handsets to launch in 2027. But anyway, that's what we think we know about the OPPO Find N6, which, as I say, is set to launch in China and hopefully globally on March the 17th. But what do you reckon? Should we get excited about possibly actually getting our mitts on the Find N6, or will it be OPPO trouser meat in our mugs action all over again? Well, definitely let us know your lovely thoughts down in the comments below. And now, this. Uncle Spurt reacts to stuff and some of it makes him glum. Some makes him happy, some makes him mad, and some of it is your mum. Now, after we pondered last week about what's actually bloody happening with the Trump phone, or the trouser Trump as it's still called in my head at least, well, Don Preston over at The Verge has done some proper journalism and actually caught up with some of them Trump mobile execs. And yes, apparently the Trump T1 smartphone does actually still exist, and it looks just as disgusting as you'd imagine. Apparently this might not be the absolute final design, they might scrap that massive T1 logo for a start, but apparently the fake gold bling and the old stars and stripes are sticking around. But hey, I guess at least they haven't slapped a photo of Trump's saggy chops on that back end. Most likely because his Tango Orange features would clash pretty bad. Sadly, the reported phone specs would struggle to get even the most easily excited smartphone geek to half-mast. As you can expect, a Snapdragon 7 series chipset and a 5000 mAh battery to be crammed inside of that Mr. T approved chassis. Also being a wee bit vague on the price in there as well. They reckon the trouser Trump will come in at under $1,000, so presumably $999 then. At this point, I'm thinking chances are pretty good it'll make the iPhone 16e look like a veritable bargain. Although here's hoping it at least comes with some Donald Trump ringtones, so every time your mum calls me, I'll hear, "I'm gonna come." Either that or golden showers. But any bloody way, that's obviously going to be a US only device, but maybe your Uncle Spurt will try and import one or grab one on one of my jaunts over there. And now it's time for a bit that's even more unpleasant than that bit. It's viewer comments. Viewer comments. Shut up, silly woman. So let's start this week with Roldo123, you eat Roldo, who says, "I don't know why, but I like watching your videos." I mean, I'm glad you do, but yeah, it's probably one of those universal mysteries, I guess, like Stonehenge, or how nobody figured out this guy was a proper wrong'un. Alan the Hat says, "Is the chuckle muscle related to the giggle stick?" Well, Alan, you'll have to ask your parents that one, mate. I'll have no smutty chat on my show, thank you very much. FH Waltius says, "The iPhone 16e is the default phone that a lot of people get with their job. It's the cheapest way to get them in the same ecosystem as the higher up people who have more expensive iPhones. Saves a lot of IT maintenance work." Well, I say, make those IT slackers actually earn them big bucks and get all the workers on a smartphone that isn't total cock drippage. Last week I waffled on about the many rumours circulating online about OnePlus possibly sodding right off. Quite a bit of correspondence on that subject, so Electrino says, "You mean to say the last vanguard of decent Android phones is about to kick the bucket? No freaking way." The Camo Tech says, "Honestly, I've stopped caring about OnePlus a long time ago. Once they started charging flagship prices, it was over for them, in my opinion." Yeah, I mean, that was certainly their USP back in the day, wasn't it? I just couldn't believe how ridiculously cheap those original OnePlus flagships were. What was the first one, what, like 350 quid or something like that for like the Snapdragon 801 and a whole bunch of banging specs. I also remember I couldn't get my bloody hands on one for feckin' ages because I had to do that stupid invite thing to actually buy one. But yeah, this was back in the day with like the Nexus phones and stuff as well. You could get some absolutely cracking hardware for very little cash. HMan1801 says, "Worth noting that both OnePlus India and North America denied the rumours outright, and OnePlus HQ denied the rumours and urged stockholders to verify correct information before jumping to conclusions. I definitely hope OnePlus continues to make great devices for all the world, but only time will tell." Yeah, I don't know, kind of mixed feelings, to be honest, because, you know, they have been merging more and more with OPPO in recent times. It kind of feels like they've lost a bit of that unique identity, especially, as I say, they're no longer the flagship killers, they're now just releasing standard flagship phones. But I still like OnePlus very much, and one less brand in the world of course just means less choice for us lot, so definitely a bad thing. As you say, only time will tell, although knowing this show's track record, OnePlus probably announced it was closed at about 10 minutes before I put this bloody video live. Bonus Baby 801 says, "Hold 'em up, gym shoes. Jammy dodgers are real? I thought that was just a Doctor Who thing." just a Doctor Who thing? Does he just really like jammy dodgers, or is there an episode where he has to fight killer mutants jammy dodgers or something? Yeah, I can verify they are very much real, and I used to eat my body weight in the bastards every week thanks to my nan. In fact, the insides of my guts are probably still lined with that artificial jam stuff. Robert Enfield says, sorry, custard creams are nasty, and jammy dodgers not anymore after they changed the jam recipe. They changed the recipe. Them dirty bastards. I'm assuming this is all thanks to them bloody EU regulations that stop companies from putting delicious carcinogens in their scran. I'll tell you what, you might end up living longer, but do you even want to live in a world where jammy dodgers taste like stale crackers smothered in watery jizz? Now Steve Payne says, that's another technical question, sadly. Hi Chris, I've got a Galaxy A34 and I'm having to upgrade as it won't run my terabyte SD card. What should I get that's going to be around the same specs but supports the card? I thought the Galaxy A34 would have supported terabyte SD cards because it's not that old. Yeah, according to this, Galaxy A34 microSD expansion up to 1 terabyte of additional storage. So I'm not sure why you're having issues there. Maybe try formatting the cards and see if that works, or maybe just shoved it straight in from another device or something. I don't know, I'm still in kind of a funk after the depressing jammy dodger news, so not sure I can really think straight anymore. But if you do want an alternative option, I know the CMF Phone 2 Pro accepts microSD memory cards up to 2 terabytes. I think that one should be, because it's quite a recent one. Absolute cracker for the price, one of my favourite budget phones of last year, so maybe check that one out. Yeeba says, you look so young and full of life in that wallpaper site promo that you bust out every now and then. I mean, is that just compared to my current status as a dried up husk? I can't even remember when I shot that. It must have only been a couple of years ago, but hey, your Uncle Spurt, still full of life. I still know how to party, alright? Look, see? Oh, I think I might have just thrown up a bit. Oh, all better now. I just have to have a bit of a lie down after this. Nola44 says, you've not mentioned Middlesbrough for a while, up the borough. Yeah, footy team's having an absolute banger at the moment, so yeah, up the borough for real. Hopefully be playing you boys in the Premier again next season. Jed Bullet says, here I am again, and I've just noticed that from some angles, your Space Invaders moving leg reflects onto the trousers of the bloke in your Cowboy Bebop poster. In a rather amusing and animated way, it looks like his hand in his pocket is flicking something in his trousers. What kind of angle? I'm gonna have to shift this. Oh yeah. Christ, I've edited how many videos now? And I've never once noticed that. Looks like he's got a radioactive trouser snake. I'm gonna have to try and be a bit more careful with the angles there then. Anyway, bang out of time, so better make this the last one. And on the subject of that Soviet lager from last week, Jesse Boy says, I think that's pronounced, Jesus Christ, Ziguliovskoy? Hang on, this is absolutely one for Gemini.
Shigulesko. Shigulesko.
So it's slightly sexier that second time.
Shigulesko.
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 Anyway, that's enough of that. A massive thank you to everyone who commented last week. Please do tap your comments down below. We'll get through as many of those as possible next week. And speaking of next week, what the f is next week? So next week, next Thursday, Vivo is launching a fresh bit of smartphone-y action, so definitely come back in 6 days' time for a bit of hands-on Uncle Spurt action. Hands-on Uncle Spurt action absolutely sounds like it belongs in the Epstein files, so let me rephrase that. Come back for possibly a video, what I might have done on that. Not that kind of video. A few other bits I'm trying to bang out in the meantime, and of course please do join me again same time next week for a bit more of this bollocks. And hopefully OnePlus will still be a thing. Well, a massive thanks for watching this shower of shit to the bitter end. Please do plug subscribe, ding that notifications bell if you haven't done already, and have yourselves an absolutely ruddy, marvellous weekend. Cheers everybody, love you!